Howard's dog, Fred, gave me the kissing disease. So now I got the kissing disease on my lip. But you guys won't be forced to look at it. So you're at home alone, enjoying Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You like how you can see towns really far away and how you can go into the towns without having to go through a loading screen. And you go into Athens, the biggest city in the game, and you're just sitting there thinking, wow, no loading screen. You can go into the buildings, no loading screens. And there's people everywhere. You can ride around on your horse. And then you hear a tap, tap, tap at the window. You open it up. You see two glowing eyes looking at you. And you say, who's there? And the guy says that. And then he says, it's Todd. I see you're not playing Skyrim. What you playing? And then you tell him, oh, it's Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And Todd says, oh, you mean that game where there's no loading screens? You say, yeah. You mean that game where there's people with schedules? You say, yeah. You mean that game with quest and you can make decisions in the quest? And you say, yeah. And then Todd says, well, why are you playing that when Skyrim came out years earlier? It's just the same game as Skyrim. So why don't you play Skyrim? And then you say, well, it's got better graphics than Skyrim, and there's no loading screens, and there's all the people running around, and it's like and the cities are like real cities. They're not just a couple of people. There's a whole bunch of people. And then Todd said, well, are they? Do they all have names? And you say, no, they don't. And then Todd says, can you follow them around and see what they're doing? And you say, yeah, you can. And then Todd says, yeah, but can you really follow them around and see what they're doing? And you say, yeah, you can. Oh yeah, well show me. And so you show them, and you see this person. They're just walking along, and they go home. They have a house, and they go to sleep. And Todd's just sitting out in the bushes, and he's getting angrier and angrier and angrier and angrier. And you say, look, Todd, this person goes to their house, and when they wake up, they go work out in the farm, and then they come back. And then Todd says, well, can you talk to them? And then you say, no, you can't. And then Todd says, well, in Skyrim, you can talk to everybody. And then you say, well, what about the enemies? And Todd says, what about them? And you say, you can't talk to them. And you say, yeah, you can. You just have to make them friendly. And then you say, well, how do I make them friendly? And Todd says, I'm not telling you. That's a secret. And then you say, well, but I played Skyrim already, Todd. Why are you bothering me? And Todd says, because if you don't play Skyrim, you're not going to get to play Starfield. And then you say, all right, Todd. And then you play Skyrim and you cry because you were enjoying Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And then Todd forced you to play Skyrim even though you already beat it because he won't release Starfield. And then Todd says, you know what? I see you have a Samsung Galaxy S7. And then you say, yeah, it's an S7. And then Todd says, you know what, the Elder Scrolls Blades will be coming out soon. And Android will get to play it. You'll be able to play that on your Android phone in early access. And you say, oh, really? And then Todd says, no, you have to have an S8. That's what you get. No S7s allowed. S8 and up only. And then Todd cackles. And he runs away. All because you were playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey instead of Skyrim, the greatest video game ever created until Starfield.